You match with a woman who says she's in Kiev or Moscow. The conversation feels warm and immediate, with an emotional connection that seems to develop faster than your matches back home. But after only 2 or 3 exchanges, she asks to move the entire conversation over to Telegram. In Eastern European romance fraud, this move is almost universal. Data from thousands of active cases shows the request to migrate usually happens before the 5th message is sent. She might tell you she doesn't check the dating app often, or that she prefers Telegram's privacy features. Moving the conversation to Telegram removes it from the safety of the dating app. It bypasses the platform's fraud detection algorithms and the reporting tools designed to disable scam accounts. These operations function as coordinated teams where different operators handle the same account in shifts. They use private Telegram channels to share your photos and conversation templates, ensuring she responds consistently 24 hours a day. This creates a specific dilemma. You are forced to decide if the request to switch platforms protects your partner's privacy or if it's shielding an organized fraud operation. You don't need to determine the person's true feelings yet. You only need to audit the structural realities of the messaging app they've insisted on using. By accepting this move, you trade away the platform protections and the verifiable audit trail you might need if the relationship takes a financial turn. To understand the risk, we have to look at the specific Telegram features that romance scammers use to manage their targets. This comparison table maps the first major trade-off: platform migration. On the dating app, the promise is a move toward a more personal, exclusive connection. In practice, the conversation moves to an account that requires nothing more than a phone number to set up. Scammers often use virtual burner numbers to maintain the appearance of being in Russia or Ukraine. The trade-off is that the victim loses the ability to flag the profile to the dating app's moderation team before any real biographical details are established. The second row on our table covers the privacy protocol and disappearing messages. She may ask to enable the self-destruct timer on your chats, frame it as a standard preference for personal privacy. This results in the automatic destruction of your entire chat history, including any specific details or requests she makes. Respecting this boundary allows for the systematic deletion of financial requests and scripted emotional manipulation. Enabling this feature destroys the exact evidence that banks and investigators require to track down or recover stolen funds. We can add a third row to see how these operations simulate a real human presence without using live, real-time video calls. The input is accepting short, pre-recorded audio clips in place of an actual phone call. Hearing a voice with a Russian or Ukrainian accent creates a sense of intimacy and authenticity that feels like verification. In reality, these clips are often pre-recorded by one person and then reused across dozens of different relationships. They create the illusion of a live person without requiring one to be present. The final row covers the delivery of proof when you express skepticism. If you ask for ID, you receive a forwarded passport photo or a flight booking instantly in the chat to settle your doubts. Because these files are forwarded on Telegram, they arrive without metadata. You are looking at a digital prop, often sourced from an underground document channel, rather than a verifiable public record. Scammers are willing to invest significant time to earn a payout. Our casework shows an average grooming period of 7 months on Telegram before the first financial request is ever made. A long-term conversation on Telegram does not prove a relationship is real. It is a calculated business strategy designed to justify a massive financial request later on. Based on these patterns, we can establish an action protocol depending on where you are in the conversation. If you are in the early stage, you've just moved to Telegram and she avoids live video while insisting on disappearing messages, you should disengage immediately. If you are months into a relationship and have received forwarded documents, stop trusting the chat history. Demand a professional verification of her identity against public civil records. If money was sent and the account has already vanished, your priority is filing a report with the FBI IC3 and contacting your bank to attempt a recall. When a Telegram account is deleted, the data dissolves instantly. It leaves no trace for you to follow. If the account disappears, you must stop trying to message the username. Focus on documenting the fraud with any screenshots or payment receipts you manage to save. Telegram's architecture, the burner numbers, the disappearing messages, and the lack of moderation is the exact environment required to run romance scams at scale. When you accept the privacy excuses on Telegram, you are choosing to communicate in a space where you have no protection and no recourse.